I have, and he's perfect.
I hope he's good enough for our little Bridget.
I'm king of the world! I think I can say with total confidence, absolutely not.
Bridget Jones, wanton sex goddess with a very bad man between her thighs. Mum. Perfect.
Excellent.
Delicious.
I like you very much. Just as you are.
Oh, quick! It's a real fight! To Bridget, just as she is.
Mind the step.
She's fine. Drive on.
Hello, I'm Thomas Carruthers.
Hello, I am Leanne Baker.
Wonderful stuff, Leanne. We may or may not be joined once again by Jazz Dorton. However, there are two possibilities. Either she doesn't understand daylight savings or she is asleep.
Yep. So
if you were to gamble, we may know the answer by the end of this podcast. If you were to gamble, what would you say would you say the case is?
I think she's asleep.
I think that's a safe. I think that's a safe bet.
Everyone, cast your votes.
Actually, yeah, answer in the poll below. Of course, that is because you are in America. I am in England. How very exciting. Did this make you feel longing to come home for an English Christmas?
It did. I mean, I showed it to one of my my friends who's never watched it before.
American friends?
No, she's French. She's
Oh.
and we cultured her, and she really enjoyed it, and it did make me miss home because it's such a British film.
Well,
even though the person playing Bridget Jones is like, where is she from? Like somewhere in the South.
She's from Texas. Even though in this she's as good a Brit as any Brit has ever Britted.
Mm-hmm.
This will be coming out, as a matter of fact, Leanne, as a Christmas film in our releasing, because I won't be at Christmas to record them, so I don't want to do real Christmas movies because it's the start of November. All right, let's do this debate. Where it's the start of November, when do you start being Christmassy? I shared an entire Christmas with you, but I can't remember when we started being Christmassy.
Okay, so me personally, my personal preference is after the 9th of November because my sister's birthday is on the 9th of November. But then I wouldn't listen to Christmas music until the end of November.
Yeah, I'm probably about the same.
But then Eve Wangle, my housemate, she wants to put the Christmas tree up on the 1st of November.
Eve loves Christmas.
Of Christmas. So I kind of get forced to get into the festive spirit a little bit earlier. But now I have free reign because she's not here.
Yeah, you can do whatever you like. I do love Christmas. Do you see? I don't obviously see this as a straight out Christmas movie, but it is kind of a sneaky Christmas movie. The first, it's an hour and a half film, and 50 minutes of it is set at Christmas?
Yeah, but the first few minutes, proper British Christmas.
It's a real Christmassy movie. I don't think we've actually said the name of the film once. This is bad podcasting, Leanne. You're a bad guest.
Sorry.
The film is Bridget Jones' Diary, 2001, directed by Sharon Maguire, written by Helen Fielding from her own book, with other noted screenwriter Richard Curtis also penning a draft or helping the script. It's unclear. Have you read the book?
I haven't. I really want to, though.
Yeah, I haven't read the book either. Should we talk about the broader Bridget Jones universe now or at the end?
let's say the end.
Well, I guess it kind of depends on where you stand, because I want to. We can talk about it now, and I can say I do enjoy Edge of Reason. I don't like Baby at all.
I mean, Baby's not one that I like go towards, but the second one is the one I watched first. So
I think I did too.
Yeah, I don't know how old I was, but I remember watching it with my sister, and my mum came into the living room and was there like, like tea's ready. And then she saw me watching Bridget Jones, and she was like, my mum never lets us eat anywhere but the kitchen. And she literally came into the room and she was like, I'm bringing your dinner in here. And I was like, what? And she was there like, you have to watch this film. She's like, it will change your life. I don't even know how old I was. I think I was probably like 12. I was like, okay.
You need to learn these things now. No, Edge of Reason, it's kind of exactly what a sequel should be. It's bigger, it's, and all that sort of thing. And I think it's a bit broader than this film. I think this is, the joy of this film is just how realistic it is. You immediately have the problem of, how are we going to get to split up with Mark so that we can do everything again? You immediately have that problem. But no, I mean, and you have the lot more broad sequence of them going to Vietnam and becoming drug smugglers. Whereas this film is so streamlined and so smaller. So you saw Edge of Reason first. Did you then immediately track down the first film, or was it a case of happening upon it on ITV4?
I think I didn't watch it straight away. I think I watched it like a few years later, because I don't think I realized. I don't know. I liked the film, but I was young, and then I was like, oh no, I remember these films. Then I watched like the rest of them. I was like, oh, they're amazing. And when the baby one came out, I was like, oh, amazing, so good.
We're gonna get a new Bridget Jones.
Yeah. We are? What?
Oh no, I was saying in 2000 and whatever, we're going to get a new Bridget Jones. They're always talking about we're going to get a new Bridget Jones. Somebody always says there's a script being written and all that sort of stuff.
True. I think we will get another one.
Probably. Just as long as she doesn't split up, just as long as it's not a love triangle again. I could not believe that it wasn't just a nice, well, not nice, but I couldn't believe that it wasn't a film just about her and Mark being married. I don't know why the hell she had to leave and then get with goddamn Patrick Dempsey. I don't know why it had to be a love triangle again. Well, there's the book Mad About the Boy, which was the Bridget Jones's baby as a book, and Mark's dead. He died. Yeah, he died in a foreign conflict, being a lawyer. And my mum was reading it, and all of a sudden she was like, "He's dead. He's dead. It's just been died in a bomb." So,
I'll be number 4 then.
Yeah. So when Colin Firth was announced, I thought, are they going to do the Death movie? Is that what this is going to be? It wasn't that at all. It was just a light-hearted farce. But we return to Bridget Jones's Diary. There is no reason why this should work. As already illuminated, Renee Zellweger. I mean, I love Renee Zellweger, and we can talk about her more broadly in a minute. But there is a moment, I rewatched some of the behind-the-scenes featurettes, and she's talking American. She goes, "What makes this movie so killing is just how funny it is." And I thought, how the hell does this movie work in any way, shape, or form? How is the accent that good? How... this is, I mean, what's your Renee Zellweger experience beyond Bridget Jones?
Okay, so my experience is, you ever watched the Beatrice Potter film? I think it's just called
Mrs. Potter. Yes.
I watched that film so many times. I loved it. That was my introduction to her.
Wow.
And then Bridget Jones.
And then you're a musical kid, Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wonderful in Chicago.
In the B movie.
Yes, the B movie. Yes,
I found out maybe last year, and it blew my mind.
Yeah, she is. She is in the bee movie. Don't swat him. He's a bee. Oh, a creature. I need to work on my Renee bee movie impression. But no, I think she's really, really great in Chicago. I think she's a wonderful Roxy. And of course, she's great here. This is an Oscar-nominated performance, Leanne.
It is. Oh, that makes me so happy.
Yes. She lost to Halle Berry for Monsters Ball, which is a great, great performance, and a very horrifying performance, very sad. And it's one of those where you can have the Oscar. You were very good. I never want to watch this movie again, though, please. Also nominated, Nicole for Moulin Rouge. Now, is that a performance that you watch and go, oh yeah, that's an Oscar-nominated performance, or what's your?
I've got to be honest here. I've never actually watched Moulin Rouge.
Haven't you?
No, I have not.
That's all right. That's fine. We should do an early 2000s musical mini-series of. Well, no, it would just be Chicago and Moulin Rouge. I can't think of any. I guess we could watch Dreamgirls. I don't mind Dreamgirls. Here. So when it came to casting the role of Bridget, the book was quite a sensation. And so immediately it came to casting. And they were, of course, looking for British actresses. Names. That were thrown about. Helena Bonham Carter.
Ooh.
No. Emily Watson. I can see it.
Yeah.
Rachel Weisz.
No.
Is that a face of who's Rachel Weisz?
I think.
Or is that a face of... Rachel Weisz is Daniel Craig's wife, who was in The Favourite.
Yes, I know who she is. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no.
Sorry, that's really aggressive.
Kate Blanchett. I mean, Kate Blanchett can do anything. Kate Blanchett can quite literally do anything. So I'd love to see it. And then they go to Americans. Cameron Diaz.
Oh God, no.
No. You won't have seen Gangs of New York, but she does a terrible Irish accent in that. So I don't think accents are her strongest. Toni Collette declined the role because she was on Broadway starring in The Wild Party at the time. I think Toni Collette would be wonderful. Toni Collette would be delightful. Yeah, I can see that. Kate Winslet was considered, but at 24, the producers decided she was too young. Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Mind you, yeah, she played 16 in Titanic.
She was 16 in Titanic.
No, Kate Winslet wasn't.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I want to check this out, but I'm pretty sure that Rose DeWitt-Bukater. How old is Rose DeWitt-Bukater? 17. Yeah, 17 years old in 1912. Well, she has to be, doesn't she? So that she can be alive in 1996. They have to make her at least. I think if she didn't have to be alive for, Mr. oh yes, Mr. Harkley.
The amount of people that watch Titanic, including myself when I was younger, I always thought that the old woman was the real Rose.
What do you mean the real Rose? Was Kate Winslet in makeup?
In Titanic, the woman being she was actually on the Titanic.
So you thought that the film Titanic was not only based on a real story of Jack and Rose, but you thought that it was a pseudo-documentary film with the real woman being brought in to relive her trauma. You know what's really rude is when they make her die at the end in that case. But I'm still alive. Yes, but you're going to die and you're going to go to him in your dreams. I
don't believe that anymore.
That's good. That is good to know.
When I first watched it, I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah. For lack of a better way to say it, it caused a major stir. Everyone was aghast that they were casting Renee Zellweger. They thought, what the hell? You can't do this. This isn't right. This isn't fair. Helen Fielding's comment on it was that Scarlett O'Hara was played by an English woman, so I guess the Americans are getting their revenge. And she was, by all accounts, she was quite touched by the fact that she'd created a character that so clearly had touched the psyche and was causing uproar. And she was, to have your character, from your simple little comedy novel, simple's quite patronizing. Sorry, Helen. From your little comment, little's patronizing as well, isn't it? From your comedy novel to have the same sort of casting drama as James Bond, I think was quite touching for her. And it can't be underestimated to what level this was a very, very successful film. Budget of $25 million, box office of $282 million. That was a huge success worldwide. Well, in America and England, I don't know Azerbaijan. The plot of Bridget Jones is, of course, basically just Pride and Prejudice again. She's Helen Fielding's talked about this. She said the plot of Bridget Jones was actually stolen from Pride and Prejudice because I thought Jane Austen's plots were very good, and I thought she wouldn't mind. And after all, she's dead. Of course, the big twist with this is that when Helen Fielding was writing the book and creating the character of Mark Darcy, a little television adaptation of Pride and Prejudice was sweeping the nation, which of course starred a certain Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy. And so when Helen Fielding was writing the character of Mark Darcy, her inspiration was Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy. When it comes to making the film, there is no other choice but Colin Firth, which is one of those bizarre roundabout things.
I love Colin Firth. Thank God it was him.
Is this why we chose this movie?
I think so. Yeah. Well, in a previous episode, which hasn't been aired yet.
This is true.
I have a framed photo of Colin Firth in my bedroom that my friend gave me. He's just sat on my bedside table.
I always thought there was a great Easter egg in Paddington 2, because when I first saw it in cinemas, all the framed pictures of Hugh Grant, Phoenix Buchanan, and I thought I saw in the cinema a picture of Colin Firth. I've since rewatched it multiple times, and it's not there.
Oh.
But I know, I thought it would have been great. Let's talk about Hugh Grant then. Let's talk about Hugh Grant. So I think you're either a Hugh Grant person or you're a Colin Firth person, or you can be both. My ex was both, infamously. No, and then she ran off with. Anyway, that's beside the point. I ended up a Mr. Darcy, didn't I? Even though I probably have more Cleaver energy than I do Darcy, don't I? For better or for worse. Apart from the philandering.
Oh my gosh.
But let's talk about Hugh Grant. So you're more of a Colin Firth person than a Hugh Grant person, aren't you?
I am. Sorry, Hugh.
Sorry, Hugh. What's your relationship with Hugh Grant?
Probably just Bridget Jones, and then obviously Love Actually as well.
Oh yeah, I hate Love Actually, don't I? I hate Love Actually.
I don't know. I liked him in Paddington.
He's great in Paddington. Listen to the rain on the roof.
He's so good in that.
He's incredible.
I love him a bit more because he was so good in it.
He's very delightful.
It was one of his favourite films he's ever been in was Paddington.
I don't blame him. It's an incredible performance. It should have won Best Supporting Actor. So as Cleaver, you're clearly more in the Darcy camp.
I am Team Darcy.
Team Darcy. And I mean, we all are now because we all know after the fact. But anyway, I haven't decided whether to mention it in Change or mention it in Tom's Big Question, but the fact that that the truth doesn't come out sooner is obscene. It's ridiculous. And why does she believe him at all? Anyway, we'll talk about this. But apparently Hugh Grant was friends with Helen Fielding, and he put, I've known Helen for years, and I once told her a story where I called someone a dirty bitch. And when I read the book, suddenly Daniel says it. I think it can't be underestimated to what extent Hugh Grant seems to be a bit of a cad, bit of a Daniel Cleaver in real life, and yet, by all accounts, up until this point, had only really played Darcy types. You know, four weddings and a funeral. He's he's a bumbling, and all that. And then Love Actually is after this, but he'd played very nice people. And of course, that's not who. Pardon me. That's not who Daniel Cleaver is. So undoubtedly, of course, you're team Darcy.
Yes.
Are you team Cleaver at any point? Is there any sort of allure to Daniel for you?
Maybe when they have the weekend away in the lake. That's probably when I'm there like.
There's nothing like a weekend away.
It's nothing like a weekend away.
Weekends away are wonderful. I kind of, I love weekends away. Right, I've been distracted, but here I have. Leanne, are you ready for this one? What do I love?
What do you love? A weekend away.
I do love weekends away. Quizzes.
Oh, quizzes! Yes.
Are you excited for this, Leanne? Now, a year ago or so, we did the first annual quizathon. And in that, there are rounds where you choose your favorite movie and you get 10 questions on it. Now, I know that this isn't your favorite movie, Leanne, but I have here 10 questions on Bridget Jones's Diary. Okay? So I've already ended up saying some of these some of the answers here. Okay? So here you go. You're stressed.
I'm stressed. Okay.
You'll be fine.
I'm fine.
Right. Are you ready? Your first question. The film is based on the novel of the same name by which novelist?
Helen.
I've said her name.
Something. Helen
Fielding.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Which British director adapted the film for the screen? Already mentioned his name as well.
I know you did. Oh no, this is when I wish I had a good memory.
Richard Curtis.
Richard Curtis.
Who plays Bridget's dad?
The actor's name.
The actor's name.
Tom.
This is so cruel. This is so cruel. You're not an awful guest. I've never done this before. It's Jim Broadbent.
What else is he in?
He's in Paddington 2. Your rolling shoes. Yes. You're going to need a lot more of those coins. And he's in Harry Potter. He's the man who's a sofa. In Half-Blood Prince, is that right? I don't know. Who plays Bridget's mum? That's cruel.
That is cruel.
Gemma Jones. What are both of their first names?
In the show?
Yeah, not Jim and Gemma.
Jim and Gemma. Oh God.
I only need one. That's untrue. I need two, but I'm being nice.
I'm gonna say like a random name, like Keith.
Colin and Pamela. The self-referential jokes to which classic novel convinced Colin Firth to join the project?
Wait, repeat. What was that?
The answer is Pride and Prejudice. Bridget declares in the film that she would rather have a job wiping whose ass?
Oh God. I know this. I know.
I hope you make a mistake. I hope you get.
I'd rather have a job wiping Saddam Hussein's ass.
Saddam Hussein is correct. I was really hoping that you were going to get it mixed up with Salman Rushdie. And the film's soundtrack features Robbie Williams singing which classic jazz standard?
Oh, it's got Mrs. Jones in.
You've got it. Have you met Miss Jones? That's correct. And I've already mentioned Kate Winslet. So there you go. I'm sorry to spring that on you, Leanne.
I mean, I got more right than I thought I would.
You did. Well,
well, I got
wait, which one did you get right? One. You got one right.
I would have got the Pride and Prejudice one. I would have got the Pride and Prejudice one.
You would have done because we've already mentioned it for 5 minutes. Mind you, that didn't help you with Richard Curtis or Helen Fielding. Let's get into the film itself. Nominations for Best 10-Minute Stretch. Now, I have here as a first nomination, the Christmas Turkey Curry Buffet. Very nice, very Christmassy. Meeting Jim Broadbent, meeting Celia Imrie. I love Celia Imrie. What a mad day. Uncle Jeffrey being a pervert. And the wonderful Gemma Jones. Come and look at your gravy. I think it needs sieving. Of course not. Just stare at Una. And then they're all so proud of themselves and they're all winking and they come on. No, it's a wonderful opening. The book launch with Mrs. Honey. Did you notice that it was Mrs. Honey?
Yeah.
She's also in Mad Men. She's very good in Mad Men. Just give me time. Into the dinner with Daniel sneaking her away, and then what do you think about the situation in Chechnya? I didn't give a fuck, Jones. And that is the line where we get, I bet you do, you dirty bitch. It's very good, which leads us into the first evening. Then I've put here Weekend Away and the Tarts and Vickers party. Specifically the moment with the father on the toadstool. I think it's very sweet. Very sweet. At least Jeffrey, and then, Jeffrey didn't contact Penny either. Oh, yes, he did. Lovely dress, very exotic. Which is a sad 10 minutes because that leads into coming home to Daniel with Laura from New York. Hey there.
The fucking big board. She's like,
yeah.
Hey there.
Why was that in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Also, let's break this down now.
She wasn't trying to hide, was she?
No. Also, let's break this down. So he gets the call that the New York office is coming, which means come and have sex with me. Do you remember the time when we had great sex in New York? But why has she actually brought a big publisher's book? Why do they actually have some work to do? Because that's clearly not, or maybe is Daniel a good man? Was he actually going to do business and work and then they ended up rotting away? Who knows? But yeah, you're right. Why does she have a huge manual in the bathroom?
So weird.
Yeah. Also, bad hiding place. Right there. I mean, she wants to be caught because obviously she wants to get rid of Bridget. Hey there. I thought you said she was thin. Very mean, Lar.
So mean.
So mean. Very mean. Birthday, what's meaner, that or hello, Mr. Cleaver, the prostitute in the second film. Badly timed, Daniel. I always want to say Hugh. I always want to say badly timed Hugh.
Because it really feels like he's not acting, really, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. We did, this is a true story. We did, one of our first podcasts was Paddington 2. And Will knows that I love to reference Hugh Grant getting caught with a prostitute in LA. And we had a guest on named Alice, a wonderful woman who, I don't know whether Will thought she was a nun or not. Alice is Will's friend. And he said, just, don't make too many jokes, And I was like, what do you mean don't make too many jokes? And he was just like, just don't mention, Divine Brown or anything. Divine Brown's the name of the prostitute. Oh, wonderful, Will. I have a birthday dinner party into the fight outside the Greek restaurant, and inside the Greek restaurant. And I have the Christmas finale. Do you have another nomination, or is the winner one of those?
I think you've nominated all the ones that I thought of. Let me have a check. No, you did. You did.
I think all scenes. So do you have a favourite of those 5?
My favourite is probably the turkey buffet scene.
Oh, very opening, very opening. I guess it does have it does have a lot of awkward Darcy, which, as we've already discussed, is your preferred.
And then also I like the whole, I think it's very homey and very like familiar. Like everyone's been to one of those little like turkey buffet things in like a very vintage old house with all the patterns clashing. And it's just so awkward.
I don't think they have. I think you just live a country lifestyle, Leanne.
Yeah.
I personally have never been to it.
No, I've been to many, many ones every year.
As a country girl who now lives in London, do you feel very Bridget-y?
I do. I think I relate to her a lot. I think my sister and I relate to her a lot. And my sister's called Bridget as well. And my mum said she's named after my mum's, like one of my mum's like best friends. But I'm there like, are you sure about that? I think you just named after Bridget Jones.
Bridget Jones. Yeah. The sensation that was the film and the book. I mean, when was she born? When was your sister born? 2001?
2000.
Ooh, so it would have been based on the book. Is your mum a big reader?
Maybe my mum was sincere and named her after my
yeah. Maybe mother was sincere. I'd probably go birthday party dinner into fight, because I think it's the best Bridget and Darcy stuff. You know, like they've actually got good chemistry and it's very nice.
I do love the like birthday, like making the food and stuff in the blue soup. It's so cute.
Yeah. Oh, the string. Oh, it must have been the string. Into, of course, the fight, the It's Raining Men fight, which again they try to outdo with the fountain in the second film, and they do a pretty good job, but you're never going to beat the original.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've sussed up our best 10-minute stretch. I think we did well. I think we need to stop patting. I need to stop patting myself on the back. We're going to take a short break, and then we will be back, and we will still be without our third guest, it seems. But yes, we will be back in just a moment. And we're back. We are still without Jazz. However,
gone but never forgotten.
Gone. Never allowed back. She's never allowed back.
Vanished.
Thomas Whittler's specific favourite part of the film. Before we get there, I switch it now. I let the guests do theirs because I always end up stealing them, apparently. So, Leanne, do you have any weirdly specific favourite parts? Those tiny little things that you watch after watch, you go, oh, I really like that little bit.
Let me have a think. Maybe. Ooh.
Well, whilst you're having a think, I'll do a couple.
Yeah, I can think.
His wife was Japanese, very cruel race. Just terrible, like, mother thing that an older person might say. I put here multiple times, so much smoking. I don't know if it's
so much smoking.
I don't know if it's a good thing or not. But
maybe one of my favorite scenes, you know, when she goes to the dinner and it's like they're all like pregnant and stuff, and she's like, "Isn't all divorces like ended like? What was it like?
Is it 4 and 5 or is it 3 and 5?" And he goes 3 and 5.
Yeah, I like that bit. And then I also like the bit when it goes to what is it? The I'm every woman.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. Well, we have that. We can talk about that with Soundtrack Corner. I've put here watching Frasier alone, drinking red wine. The perfect cut of what do you call it? Never don't fall for anybody who epitomizes all of those things. Elevators opening on Hugh Grant. Very good. Karaoke at a Christmas party. Have you ever been to a Christmas party, Leanne? I mean, we're not really in industries where people where we have Christmas parties. But like, I've never been to a work Christmas party before.
I haven't either.
No.
No.
I've only ever been in bar jobs, and we have to work.
Christmas party.
Yeah,
I've been invited to Christmas parties for work, and then I don't want to go to them, so I say I'm busy. I've done. Yeah.
Is this your family's butcher Christmas party? Because that would be very rude, Leanne.
No, it's like at a pub. So if the landlady is listening, which she definitely probably won't be.
Never know.
I just didn't want to go.
Wouldn't that be incredible if she comments? I would just
like
like to personally say, very fun episode. Loved the comments about the film. However, I'm deeply insulted by Leanne's confession.
Remind me not to share this one on Facebook.
Yeah.
You will watch it.
She might do, yeah. Fitzherbert, Tits Pervert.
Yep, that's good.
Bridget falling out of the cab. She's fine, drive on. In the email flirtations, really deeply unapologetic. Lego tits in that top. Salman Rushdie's solemn, sad reaction to the greatest buck of our time. Going, sad Rushdie. All yours, Lord Archer. I love her mother working at the place in the shop. Nice firm grip. Put it in the hole and see if it comes in your hand. Great stuff. And then I love in that next scene when she's talking about children and she goes, "Given my chance again, I'm not sure I'd have any."
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Daniel smoking while rowing. Fuck me, I love Keats. Julian, I love Julian. What a lovely bracelet. It's what I call an all-rounder, so you can wear it to any occasion. Very bitchy. Thank God I didn't spend as much as Bernard. Full Pope costume cut away. Very funny. Auntie Shirley dressed as a prostitute.
I like it when she's there, like, before the "I'm every woman," when she goes, "I choose vodka," and Shaka Khan.
And Shaka Khan. Indeed. I put here, yeah, Julian, be careful, you ham-fisted cow. I'm not sure if it's not a shit. I have to admit, the sex is still surprising. I mean, the other night I was just dozing off and I felt this huge... Mother, please. I've put here again, so much smoking. When they all three of the friends light up at the birthday dinner table.
So much smoking. It's insane.
Daniel talking, trying to get Bridget back. I was thrilled that little Kurdish bloke was set free. Tom, fight! It's a real fight! Jeffrey at the Christmas party. Is she pissed? The ringing the bell. Hi, it's us! The homeless man. Good luck, crazy girl. Mark wrapping his coat around Bridget. At the end, very sweet, very nice. The credit, Salman Rushdie as himself. And then the after credit scene with Mark's mum and dad. I like a girl with a backside you can park your bike on and rest your pants on. Very funny. Do you have any other weirdly specific favourite moments, Leanne?
I'm trying to think. Maybe I like the bits when she's like goes for the interviews for like the new jobs, when she's there like, yeah, I'm gonna get a new job.
Yeah. I love children. Do you have any? No. And then why is that guy such an art? Well, they're all arses, obviously. The world is full of them. But I've got it here. I've got it here. Oh no, I don't have it here. Apparently. Oh yes, yeah. Why do you want to work in television? I've got to leave my job because I shagged my boss. Fair enough. Start on Monday. and then even that guy being a pervert.
You don't get any you don't get like.
Incidentally, at Sit Up Britain, nobody gets sacked for shagging the boss, and that's the principle. So what is Sit Up Britain supposed to be? Sort of like not a one show, obviously, but sort of like a morning TV. I guess we don't have it anymore, but it was a big thing in the early 2000s.
This morning sort of vibes. I think.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I would watch Bridget as a This Morning host.
I would.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of what they end up. Well, no, she's the producer in the third one, isn't she?
Yeah.
Because
and she goes up in the world and she gets more a promotion or something.
Yeah. Oh God, bad film. Anyway, let's talk about this. I've got it building all set. Now, is Bridget's apartment realistic as a London apartment? I mean, obviously it's right by the tube and it's apparently in the middle of nowhere, but it's still pretty big. And I mean, this isn't Bridget, this isn't the film's fault. Every film does this. You know, Friends, I think, is the worst example. Those two beautiful apartments, even if you are sharing. And then Ross gets his own and Phoebe gets her own. Anyway. Oh no, Phoebe always has her own, doesn't she?
I think she does. I've never fully watched all of Friends, so I can't say. But I think she ends up moving in with her boyfriend, doesn't she? Or something. I don't know.
Well, Paul Rudd's in the finals. I can't remember. I don't know myself. But do you feel it's a realistic London apartment, or is it a bit too grand?
I'm trying to think. What I can remember is quite small, isn't it?
Yeah, in some ways, it's and the tube blaring past it, I think adds it actually has quite a gothic quality with the the huge
the light outside and it goes
and the flashing lights.
It would annoy me so much. But then also, I swear, her apartment's really central. It's next to London Bridge or something.
Maybe it's Charing Cross.
She can live there.
Yeah. Maybe Sit Up Britain pays really well. Maybe a secretarial job at a publishing. I mean, I guess a secretarial job at a publishing house might actually pay pretty well. She's in the main office.
True.
Yeah, who knows?
I like her apartment though. It's very cozy.
It is nice. It is nice. But also, I think it does a good job of showing that she is down on her luck. I mean, the grating of the mold off the cheese is absolutely revolting. Not nice at all. Let's talk about here best single minute. Let's do these nominations. I've got here Meeting with the Friends for the first time. Are you the chap that wrote that song? It's very funny. Let's go through the Friends. So we've got Moaning Myrtle, the wonderful Shirley Henderson, Sally Phillips, and then Tom, and I don't have his name here, ironically, being called Tom. Do you have a favourite of the Friends, Leanne?
Probably, oh my gosh, what's her name? The one that's
Foul-mouthed Sally or Moaning Myrtle or
Sally, I think.
Well, her name's not Sally, it's Sally Phillips. Or is it Sally?
I love.
Say that again?
The one who's in Miranda.
Yes, she is in Miranda. Yes, that is. Shazza. Sally Phillips as Shazza. Shirley Henderson as Jude, and James Callis as Tom. Did they show up in? I didn't like that in Bridget Jones's Baby, that she's got a new friend. Didn't like that at all. This friend who you went to Vietnam with and were arrested and saved by your diplomatic lawyer lover. You don't just leave friends like that behind.
No. I remember watching that. This is another thing. Back to the second one, watching it when my mum came in, she was there afterwards, she's like, never carry something for your friend ever in their suitcase. She's like, never let them put it in there, because otherwise you'll get in trouble. So mum was like, even if it's something small, don't do it. And I was like, okay.
Never accept an ornamental vase from a man you met the night before. Yeah, good. Good film.
So, life lessons from Bridget Jones there.
Indeed. The Don't Get Me Wrong montage, which has the flirtation of the emails with, I think, some people might say that this is glamorizing sexual harassment, but I think it does a realistic representation of the foibles of sometimes when you fall for it, not falling for sexual harassment, but when you fall into inappropriate conduct in the workplace. And it sort of shows the fun of it, and then it obviously shows the downfalls of it, and obviously everybody's on her side come the end. Even Felicity Montagu as Perpetua.
Oh yeah.
If you don't let her go back, I'll fire her myself for not talking back and being spineless. Right, so now you're on it. Everybody's on your side. Okay. The parents splitting up with the mother going, sorry, let's go back on this. So as a Darcy fan, does any of the Cleaver stuff work for you? Like the flirtations and all that sort of stuff? Or are you like, oh, we hate Daniel. We hate Daniel Cleaver.
I don't know. I would say I hate them, but then also I'm not there like, oh damn. I'm just like, oh, okay.
You're not going, damn Daniel.
Damn Daniel. I'm not. So I'm gonna say it doesn't work on me. But Daniel, you can do your thing.
This is why I think Jazz. Do you think if Jazz was here, we'd have had a pro Hugh Grant? I think she's more of a Daniel Cleaver fan.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I get that vibe. You're both sides of Bridget. That's why you're such good friends.
Exactly. The yin and yang of Bridget Jones.
And I don't know, a combination of all three friends. I'm foul-mouthed, I'm bitchy, I'm depressed. And I'm called Tom.
What a perfect mix.
Yeah. And throw in a bit of Jim Broadbent, throw in Gemma Jones as well, and throw in Celia Rimley. Oh, what a mad day! I've already referenced that, haven't I? The parents splitting up with the mother working on QVC, the first single minute of this, I think of all things in this film, this is the thing I completely forget about every single time until I sit down and start watching it. I completely forget about Julian. Or is that just me?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah.
I think it sort of has a realism to it in that the rest of the films just don't. In that, what's the most unrealistic thing in this film? I guess the final love wins all, running through the snow and all that.
Yeah.
But apart from that, and that works because it's only one thing in the whole film built around romance, and you've got to allow that final romantic moment. But apart from that, everything else is kind of good for it's realistic. It's sad. It's I always think of we'll talk about it in a moment. The All By Myself montage is played as much for comedy as it is real sadness. I think Renee's performance is very touching and beautiful. And, those first lines, she plays it with real tears in her eyes before, of course, doing the drums and all that sort of stuff. And it's very funny. I have here another nomination for Best Single Minute, Bridget watching Fatal Attraction. I'm 36 years old. This may be my last chance to have a child. Apart from the fact that I've put here as a change, because I'm guessing you've never seen Fatal Attraction and now you have the ending ruined for you.
Yeah, that's very true.
You're never going to watch Fatal Attraction.
No, I won't. And I probably will forget the ending anyway and then go.
It's true. A, it's a horror film.
Ugh.
And B, there's a very bad scene with an animal. And I know you love animals.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think you'd like Fatal Attraction. Great film, though. I have here, maybe one of my favourite nominations overall is the meal with the smug married couples. The wonderful Claire Skinner. If anything, my change is
awkward. It's so, and everyone's so creepy as well. Like all the dizzies are like, time's running out. TikTok makes my body go into a ball. Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, and great names. Cosmo and Woney. Woney played, well, I don't know who the man or the woman is because they're called Cosmo and Woney. But the wonderful Dolly Wells, who IT Crowd fan, you'll know as the model wrapped up in her bandages from the dinner party.
What?
You're just not my type. Hello! Who then also plays the Shithead of the Year award, The Feminist, in the Jen the Fredo episode.
And then there's the woman from Outnumbered in it.
Claire Skinner, yes, the wonderful Claire Skinner, yes, love Claire Skinner. Yeah, she is great. But what they should have made that scene longer. I think there's a lot of untapped potential there, really, because I think it does a good job of showing the different, like your different worlds of friendships. Like I went down south. I'm becoming Bridget. I very much am becoming Bridget, but I came down south, and I went from house to house basically over the course of 3 days. I slept over at 3 different people's houses, and two of them were wonderful couples who were settled down in a property, and I was incredibly inert and felt incredibly, sit on, and I was very well cared for, but it's just so depressing. And if I was at a dinner party with five significant friends who were all in couples, and it's very depressing. And it is, and I think it does a good job of showing all the different sorts of friends that you have, especially in London, and that very London thing of, I can't meet you any other time. Well, we're having a dinner party here. Okay, you can come to that, or the only time the friends can get together is like once a week or whatever to have a meal, probably in Central because they all live in different spots. But then again, they're all getting a taxi home
together
at the start and dropping people off. Where do you think they live? Because she does the news report from Lewisham.
I don't know.
But she is living next to a train. That's a stupid point. We lived next to a train.
Yeah, we live next to a train.
Trains all over. But yeah, no, it does have that very London quality of living alone in London. And it should feel like the world's your oyster, but in many ways it's a lot more isolating.
Okay.
Another nomination for Best Single Minute, the Afghani Heaney case of the wonderful, Mark. Well, no, I said don't do any interviews. It's all right, we can sort something out. And that is kind of where, there is nothing more attractive than people being good at their job. And Darcy, and she's attracted to Darcy, of course. And I kind of think he's attracted to her and, her doing some good reporting and ignoring the biggest political case in British history to talk about. And Eleanor, when did you first have your crush? But it's good reporting for Sit Up Britain, I guess.
Exactly.
And I've got here Christmas parents getting back together. Very nice. Another sweet scene. Gemma Jones is very good in it. Very sweet, very touching. You used to be mad for me. Do you have any other nominations for Best Single Minute, or is that it? And shall we pick a winner?
I think you've covered those.
So we've got Meeting with Friends, first time. Don't get me wrong, flotation emails. Parents splitting up. Bridget watching Fatal Attraction. Smug married couples. Afghani Heaney case, and the Christmas parents getting back together. I think we're smug married couples.
Yeah, I agree. I like that scene.
Yeah, probably. Go for that. Soundtrack corner. So we split this up 2 ways: best use of a song and best song full stop. Best song full stop, I've got here Magic Moments by Perry Como, very nice song. Don't Get Me Wrong, The Pretenders, and Me and Mrs. Jones, very nice. Do you have any other nominations for best song full stop, not best use of a song?
No, I think that's good, because
let's go, and then because then we got best use of a song. I've got here All by Myself.
All by myself. Yeah.
Very nice. I'm Every Woman montage.
Yeah.
Respect leaving the office. It's Raining Men for the Fight.
Oh no, I should have said that. That was a good song. That was a good one.
And Ain't No Mountain High Enough at the end for when she's running. Just very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And earlier when they're driving to the car, which we think is going to be the big I love you moment, but is stomped on by Mrs. Honey.
Damn it.
Damn Mrs. Honey. I want to say it's Raining Men.
Now you said it, I'm going to say it's Raining Men too. But like, it's so good.
It's a very good montage.
And it's a funny fight as well because they're just like so bad. They're just like squabbling.
So like the initial fighting on the street was improvised, apparently. Apparently. Yeah, the fight scene between Hugh Grant and Colin Firth wasn't choreographed. It was improvised between the actors. So I'm guessing only the first bit because you can't have,
smacking each other.
Yeah, let's throw you through a window, Colin. But the stuff where they're like playing with each other, well, not playing with each other on the street, but like grabbing the jackets and all that sort of stuff. It does have a real feel to it of like idiots fighting.
Yeah.
Because nobody can really fight. Well, that's the most stupid thing I've ever said. But real people can't fight. And so you end up in a fight and then suddenly, grabbing a jacket and all that. And there's the bit where it's pushing his face. It's all very funny. Who do you think? Obviously, Mark wins here, but who do you think? Do you think Mark would win the fight in reality, or do you think Daniel would push through?
Oh, I want to say Mark would win. I don't know. Actually. I think he would because I feel like
the anger.
This is me, yeah. And then also, but then this is probably me just being there like Team Colin. But then I just feel like Daniel Cleaver's just like he can talk the talk, but I think he can walk the walk. So
Team Darcy. Team Darcy.
Team Darcy all the way.
Yeah.
Go hardcore. I'm like, I'm not hardcore, I'm like fine. Now I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, come on, Darcy. I like how you said, the phrase, I'm not hardcore. You did open this episode by recalling the story of the framed picture of Colin Firth that you have in your home. Kind of backfires there on that one.
Mm.
Best specific Halloween costume. What would you have as your Bridget Jones Halloween costume?
Probably the one. Oh. I'm trying to think. Maybe the one where she goes to the Vickers, Tarts and Vickers one.
You can't say the actual Halloween costume that's in the movie. That's not the game. The game is it's not best specific. It's not pick the Halloween costume that's in the movie. You've got to pick a Halloween costume from Bridget Jones.
So any costume in Bridget Jones.
Any costume in Bridget Jones that you would then wear Leanne Baker as Halloween.
Maybe. Imagine the one with the book.
that would be good. That would be a good one. that would be a good one. I've got here final costume with tiger knickers. I thought if you're free.
Oh no, I would do the awful Christmas jumpers probably.
Oh, that is good. I've put here Uncle Jeffrey. I guess if you were doing just a Bridget Jones party, what would we do for a Bridget Jones party? Blue soup. Everybody smokes indoors. You couldn't really do a Bridget Jones Diary party, could you?
What else does she serve up?
The green gunge, which is supposed to be caper gravy.
Yeah. And what else do they have?
That's about it. And then he makes an omelette.
Yeah, so omelettes as well.
Bad. Why not order in food? There's a reason why in every single movie when they do the bad cooking, they go, let's get Chinese, But
they just go through it.
But Darcy goes, give me an egg and I'll make you an omelette. Anyway. Bad. Leanne, big news. Our special guest may or may not be joining us in 2 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
I know, it's
She's
tremendous.
coming. Everyone hold on to your hats.
Everybody hold on to your hats, and then we will go back over.
Oh my God.
In the meantime, here are a few taglines for the film, Leanne, for its promotional release. Aloof, unavailable ice cream. Aloof, unavailable ice cream. Oh, why is it 3 times? Aloof, unavailable ice cream. Quite fancy a snog, though. That's a terrible tagline.
Yeah.
Uninhibited, uncensored, unmarried. Okay.
Okay.
For anyone who's ever been set up, stood up, or felt up, that's quite funny. I like that.
That's quite good.
Health warning. Adopting Bridget's lifestyle could seriously damage your health. Oh my, look at this.
Yeah.
Emergency guest.
I'm so sorry.
Welcome, Jazz Dalton, you're live.
Live to the nation. What do you have to say?
I've been ill.
We didn't know whether you were asleep or not.
I've been ill, and last night I spent like my entire time like coughing up my guts. So I fell asleep at like 8 in the morning, and then I had an alarm set. That's
not good.
I know, but I literally had an alarm set, but like it went off and I hit stop instead of snooze. So I was just like, oh, I'll just have my extra 5 minutes, and it's been like an hour.
Jazz. I want to say I'm ashamed, and I am. No, I am. Jazz.
I'm ill.
It's all right. I forgive you. Oh, good cough.
Yeah.
3 years of acting training there. We're going through a few taglines that were used for the film. It's Monday morning. Bridget has woken up. No, relatable. With a headache. Relatable. A hangover. And her boss. Maybe not relatable. That's very funny. It's Monday. Oh, sorry. I've already said that one. Okay, so this year's resolutions: stop smoking, stop drinking, stop inner poise, go to the gym 3 times a week, don't flirt with the boss, reduce thighs, learn to love thighs, forget about thighs, stop making lists. Kind of funny. I still think the best one is for anyone who's ever been set up, stood up, or felt up.
Yeah, I think that's very good.
It's the best one. However, there was another promotional campaign because this was during the 2001 UK general election. Vote Bridget, a true party girl. I pledge to introduce tax relief for singletons, make it law that men must call the next day, cut the price of Chardonnay by 50p a litre. That's bad. It's a bad platform. And of course, she did lose to Tony Blair in a landslide victory. Jazz, we'll now touch on the things that you've missed. Best 10-minute stretch, Jazz. Do you have a particular favourite stretch in this film that you love more than others?
I think it has to be the Darcy-Daniel fight at the end.
Very good choice.
I just think it's bloody hilarious. I actually watched it with an American, and my friend was like, is this actually what happens in Britain? Like, you know, where he like runs into the restaurant and he's like, there's a fight. And like, I'm like, yeah.
It kind of is.
Everyone wants to watch it. So like,
in my life, there hasn't been a single fight video posted on Facebook or Twitter that I haven't sat and watched all of. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Jazz, now me and Leanne both have our theories.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you put this to rest? Are you more of a Darcy or a Daniel Cleaver person?
I'm a Mr. Darcy girl.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Jazz, how do you feel about both of your friends that we both thought that you were a diehard Daniel Cleaver person?
I can see why you would think that. But no, I'm Mr. Darcy girl. He's the moment that like confirmed that I was a Mr. Darcy girl was when he goes to the shop after reading her diary and buys her a new one, and it's like time to start new. Like I was like,
yeah.
It's like most guys would just storm out, but Mr. Darcy was like, no, I'm not going to. I was like,
he knows he's a shit. Yes. She knows there's a shit. I don't like when she scribbles out Bridget Jones's diary and then immediately writes Diary of Bridget Jones. Just keep Bridget Jones's diary and then write underneath it, now a spinster. You don't need to rewrite the whole thing. Jazz, I got a voice message from you after you watched this film. So I woke up to it because you're in America. And it said along the lines of, I need to financially reimburse you for the hell that I've put you through of you trying to find this movie. Now, was this a fever dream of your sickness? Or what was so bad about finding this film?
So obviously being in America, I just thought things would be quite, easy to find. So I was with my friend and we were I just assumed it would be on Netflix. So I just typed in and it was only Bridget Jones's Baby. Oh. So then we looked on Hulu and it was oh, sign up for Hulu. So I signed up with their card and because Hulu hates British cards, and then it was your laptop is in England, you can't have this. And I was what? So I'd already paid out the 99 cents free trial, and then I went onto YouTube.
99 cents free trial.
Yeah, so it's 99 cents free trial, and then after a month it's $7.
Okay, so it's not a free trial.
No. But they market it to you as a free trial, and by the time you filled everything out, you're oh, might as well pay it, innit? But
do you remember when you used to make fun of me and my Blu-rays and DVDs? I didn't have any problems. I grabbed it, took it out this morning, and put it in, and had a lovely time.
When did I ever make fun of you for your DVDs?
I don't know. Everybody does.
No, I didn't. I admired your DVD collection, actually. So...
Thank you, Jess. Thank you. And you only saw a bit of it. You haven't even seen
I didn't see the whole thing.
Thousands, yeah. Leanne probably made fun of me and my Blu-rays. She hated, I tell you what she did hate, me watching Twilight Zones at 10:30 before bedtime and
I
waking
hated
up.
that too.
Because you literally hear the opening every night without fail at 10:30.
Opposite your room, and whenever I walked past your room, I could hear everything. My favorite time is when you sang "The Winner Takes It All" in the shower at fucking 9 o'clock in the morning, and I was going to get my morning coffee, and I just "The winner takes it." I was Tom is in his feels today.
We wouldn't hear anything else. I just hear the opening. That's it.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
It's a very loud opening. Yeah. Would you have preferred to hear the full half-hour episode as a radio play to send you to sleep?
I quite like noise to send me to sleep. I can't sleep in silence, so I would have appreciated it.
Well, there you go. And on the reverse goes, because I used to hear you girls singing all the time with your songs. Which of you sang "Everything's Coming Up Roses"?
Not me. It must have been Eve.
Oh, it might have been Eve. Somebody sang something from. I mean, the story I tell all the time. Not all the time. Not with my family. Did I ever tell you the time? No, is when I was having a lovely Saturday afternoon nap because I knew we were having a party later, so I thought I'd have a nap. Very old man, and I woke up to Jay singing "Giants in the Sky" from Into the Woods, and I came like a little baby. I woke up from my nap. Yeah, there are giants in the sky. And I was oh, this is wonderful. We're going to take. Best single minute nominations, Jats. Those tiny little scenes.
I'm trying to think.
It's all right. It's all right. I know you're ill.
Fuck off, Tom.
It's okay. It's okay. We can get through this together.
If you were here right now, I'd hit you so hard.
Oh, Jazz, I would love nothing more for you to hit me.
Ew.
That wasn't an ooh. That wasn't an ooh. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with Jazz's best single minute and weirdly specific little favourite moments, and all of us talking about best line, which for today will be told through a cough here and there.
Sorry.
Jazz, I think it's time you have your punishment, which is me and Leanne embarrass you with. So with the quizathon, our annual quizathon, people pick their favorite movies and they get 10 questions on them. Now, Leanne, despite hearing the answers to the questions 30 seconds before, because we did the 5-minute preamble beforehand, she only got one correct. Now, let's see how many you're going to get correct, Jazz. Are you ready?
Yes.
The film is based on the novel of the same name by which novelist?
I don't know, Nicholas Sparks.
No, Helen Fielding. Which British director adapted the film for the screen?
Me. What the fuck do I know?
No, it was Richard Curtis. Who plays Bridget's dad?
Oh, the guy from Harry Potter. I know that much.
Yes, Sofa Man.
Couch.
He does play a couch.
Don't know his name.
Jim Broadbent. What are both of their first names? Bridget's mum and dad.
It's something weird. I know that much, but not a Scooby, mate.
Colin and Pamela.
Yeah.
The self-referential jokes to which classic novel convinced Colin Firth to join the project?
Don't know.
Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, I was going to say that, but I was like, that might be silly and wrong.
Sure. Bridget declares in the film that she would rather have a job wiping whose ass?
Adam Hussein's.
Adam Hussein.
No.
Oh, that's incredible. Hello, I'm Adam Hussein. I know. It's awkward. I'm definitely going to write a comedy where a character's called Adam Hussein.
That's going to be a poor man, if that's his name.
Adam Hussein. At 24, which actress who won an Oscar for The Reader was considered too young for the role of Bridget?
Dunno.
Kate Winslet. And the film's soundtrack features Robbie Williams singing which classic jazz standard?
I don't know, but I really do like the soundtrack. It's very good.
Have You Met Miss Jones? You did just about as well as Leanne.
Yeah, and I don't claim for it to be my favourite movie, so
that is true. What is your favourite movie, Jess?
I think it would have to be Mamma Mia.
Excellent choice.
Yeah.
Here's a couple of questions on Mamma Mia. What do little boys get?
I know the exact thing you're referencing, but it's not coming to my brain.
I
know. Let Leanne take it.
Is it like little boys who play with fire get their
fingers burned or something?
Yes, they do. Here's another question. What is the name of the person that Christine Baranski is seducing? His name is Pepper. Your next question.
Oh, see, you use big names,
all right,
and I get confuzzled.
Here's another question. Same scene. What can't Tanya ignore?
The chemistry or something.
Tanya can't ignore the chemistry between us.
Yeah, exactly. See.
I could do this for a while. Super Trooper. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Give me it's all right. Don't apologize. Here we go. Best line. Not from Mamma Mia. We know that. We know the best line from Mamma Mia. No boys who play with fire get the fingers bent. Best line from Bridget Jones's Diary. Leanne.
I think it's Saddam Hussein's ass. I'd rather get a job wiping Saddam Hussein's ass. It's great.
It's very good. Jazz.
I quite like when they're all in the car and
Bridget.
her friend goes, "Oh, I ain't got room. There's no room anyway." I just think it's quite
sweet.
Yes,
that is funny. I've got here. So, Mark, why did your wife leave you? Eat up. 2 more lovely courses to go. I love the moment after they, I'm guessing, have anal sex of Bridget Daniel. That thing you just did is actually illegal in multiple countries.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons I'm so thrilled we're living in Great Britain today. I'm surprised the Prime Minister doesn't mention it in more of his speeches. A lovely little moment of Miss Honey going, so how autobiographical is your work, Salman? And him going, no one's ever asked me that question, which is clearly the most asked question anybody has ever asked Salman Rushdie. Just a big knobhead with no knob. Is some people's opinion of Kafka. Sad FM, easy listening for over 30s. Do you listen to Smooth FM?
I do know in the car with my dad.
Yeah.
I do
Smooth FM. I've been going crazy. I can't stop thinking about you. I'm thinking about what an idiot I've been. Is that Blue Soup?
Blue Soup.
Now, those are very silly little boots, and this is a very silly little dress. And absolutely enormous panties. No, don't apologise. I like them. Hello, mummy. If you were with a man and he said, hello, mummy.
No. Okay.
I guess they're in the fun sort of ha, we're making jokes.
No. I'd pull my pants up and I'd get the fuck out of there. Hello, mummy. Are you having a laugh?
No, but he's making a joke, isn't he? He's making a joke. He's like, oh,
I don't care. The only person I would accept that joke from is Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. I knew this was coming. This was, Happy release day for my policeman.
Oh, I can't bloody wait. Wait. Getting a
can't.
bottle of wine and I'm sitting in my bed, candles lit.
Apparently he's a lot better in this than Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh, wow. And that's such a thing to beat and overcome. Oh, God. This is the thing. I think he'd be a really good Daniel Cleaver. If his publicity agent let him be a dickhead and not just a sad gay man. Well, I guess he is a dickhead in Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah, but like...
Yeah. But even then, anyway, we did 2 hours and 20 minutes on Don't Worry, Darling. We don't need to do any more. All right, Cleaver, outside. I'm sorry, outside. Should I bring my dueling pistols or my sword? Lovely line from the mother. You never get to get a husband dressing like you've just come out of Auschwitz. Very funny. And then Darcy, happy birthday, dear. What's his name? Very funny. Any other nominations for best line?
Oh. When Bridget tries to get the attention at her little launch party and she just shouts "Oi" into the microphone. Again, I was watching it with an American and they were like, "What? Oi?" And I was
Do people say oi? What is oi?
Oi.
What was their most American observation?
The fight thing.
The fight thing, yeah.
People actually
fight in the street?
Fight. And I was like, yeah, you got you're telling me you wouldn't go and watch a fight if someone was telling you that there was a fight going on. I'd go watch.
Yeah, anybody would. Let's get negative. What's the change? I've got a few. Leanne, do you have any before we get to mine?
The change?
Yeah, what would you change?
Don't know. I need inspiration, so you go first.
Okay, I'll start. Jazz, do you have anything that immediately comes to your head, or
the whole mum storyline? I hate that the dad just steps her back. He's just like, oh, what does he say? He says something very adorable.
Said, of course I do. I don't work without you.
Yeah, so adorable, so cute. Sorry, she's been off having fucking sex with another man, and you're just like, oh, I don't work without you. Fucking bitch. No, get out. Goodbye. Why can't she just have them in a happy marriage? I don't understand.
Because we were just praising it, that it's a nice realistic subplot. And also, what else is it? Of course he's going to take her back. They're both in their 60s.
I come from a divorced household, and I'm telling you now, that's not realistic. So
yeah.
Bridget Jones Diary, it's not a cute subplot. It's mean, it's rude, and he shouldn't take her back. Sorry. I said what I said, and I'll die on the hill.
You did say what you said. Did in your case of divorce, was it for a man who runs a QVC channel, or
I can't say it was, but
named Julian?
There's no man called Julian involved that I know of.
There we go. That's the thing. It's all about perspective. I've put here on a first watch. Did I can't remember, but did we really think that Daniel wasn't the fiance story? At what point did we ever think that Darcy was a shit? Or is that just hindsight? Is this just us watching it a million times and then coming back to it and
thinking that Darcy was a shit?
Yeah, like the whole thing that she believes that that Darcy was the one who had the affair. I
never believed that, but the first Christmas party was a bit of a tosser.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I understand that. It's an awkward weirdo. But
no, I never believed that the
fiance
first time
thing.
I watched it, I didn't believe it.
It takes far too long for that to come out. Why does he never say, when she's mean to him, and you're such a questionable person yourself, you've got no morals. Why doesn't he just say, what are you talking about? I mean, at a certain point, she says something like, you know what I mean. And why doesn't he go, no, I don't? Well, no, I guess he's above it. I guess he doesn't have time for this shit. Darcy would not have time for stuff like that.
Yeah.
I put here the stealing of the full gag from Terms of Endearment of her with the car top being down and her hair blowing. It's just a full theft. I'm sorry. I won't allow it. Do you remember when I made you cry all through your Sunday, Leanne, watching Terms of Endearment?
Yeah, just a little bit though. You do maybe cry a little bit.
You were bawling. You were bawling, Leanne.
Everyone looked at me. Some people had maybe shed 3 tears. I shed more than 3. I think a waterfall of tears.
It's a beautiful, brilliant film. Not according to Jazz, who thinks it's who was Roos, who hated Emma.
And was like, I'm glad she died.
Not that I hated her that much. Yeah, I'm glad she's dead. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
I cried because it's just like her kids get left behind.
Good, they're better off. She's a shit mum.
Yeah.
She is not a shit mum. Don't you dare come for Emma. I'm turning into Sheila MacLaine in the movie. I can't have you talk about your mother. I can't have you talk about your mother that way. Not right now. I've got here Lara from the. Well, we already talked about it, Leanne. But Jazz, Lara from the New York office sat on the bath with the big manual.
When that moment happened, I yelled at the screen so many times in this movie because I forgot what happened, because I hadn't watched it since I was 13. And I forgot that happened. And then I forgot that they were engaged. Like when he takes her out for that whole conversation, he's just like, well, the thing is, Bridget, there certain people in love, fuck off. Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Fucking, oh, no. Winds me up.
And then he comes back.
Oh, upset. Shut up.
Yeah.
I would have thrown the blue soup in his fucking face. Dickhead.
Why does Darcy... I mean, Darcy's obviously just a nice guy, and he's clearly been cuckolded before, so he's just like, I'm not going to, do this all again. And so he just leaves, and he's like, I'm leaving. But again, why doesn't he tell? Why doesn't he tell her? He's a bad man, he cheats.
I think because I don't know, I could be reading into this too much, but I think it's like a thing of he wants her to work it out for herself, because if you tell someone that someone's a bad person, then they're just gonna I would just be like, well, I've got to find that out for myself. So I think Darcy's kind of like, you need to find that out for yourself, and I'm not going to use the ammo that I have to get you. I want you to choose me for me, not because you're like, oh, he's a liar and he's a cheater. That's why.
That is very good, Jazz. That is very true.
Thanks.
Daniel, walking out of his office for the firing. Why does he put himself in this position? She puts him in the position because she opens the door so he can't continue. But why does he follow her? And why is he like, oh, well, you've got to stay, at this. Just let her leave. Don't give her a chance to voice in front of everybody. No, you're a shit.
I guess, I don't know. I like that bit though.
Oh no, it's a good scene. I'm just being a pedantic ass. But we know this by now. And the amount of oranges she buys is obscene. My mum bought me 6 apples for a week for like 4 days when she was away on holiday. And by the end of it, the 6th apple was rotten. So all of those oranges will go off. Maybe that might be the world's most boring what's a change I've ever had. Again, I've put here, why doesn't, anyway, I think we've fleshed that out enough about the fiance. Also, let's talk about this now. So they have the cheating sex on Christmas Eve for a Christmas Day wedding. Don't like any of that at all. Would you ever have a Christmas Day wedding?
No.
That is terrible.
Terrible idea.
Vile behaviour. You're ruining everyone's Christmas at that point, really, aren't you?
Yep.
You're meant to stay at home. I love weddings. Christmas.
The whole point of weddings is that it's another day, it's another big party. It's an excuse for a big party.
Yeah, don't do it on the same day as Christmas.
Yeah.
Silly.
And then the Christmas Eve. I mean, we know that Hugh Grant's charming. We know all this, but to have the cheating affair on the night before, or are we to believe that they've been having it off for a while?
Yeah,
I think they've been having it off for a while.
It wasn't a one-time only kind of thing.
No, very sad. A few fun facts. Salman Rushdie's cameo came about by a total fluke. Old friend, author and screenwriter Helen Fielding called him up and asked, "How would you like to make a fool of yourself?" Funny. We love Salman Rushdie. Director Sharon Maguire was the real-life inspiration for the character of Shazza in the novel, who's Sally Phillips, the one who swears a lot. A friend of Helen Fielding's, her name also appears on the acknowledgements page of the book.
Oh.
To prepare for the role, Renée Zellweger gained £25, then worked at a British publishing company for a month, using an alias and a posh accent. She was apparently not recognised. She also kept a framed picture of her then-boyfriend Jim Carrey on the desk. Her co-workers found the photo odd, but never mentioned it for fear of embarrassing her.
That's so funny. She dated Jim Carrey?
Yeah, they were in a movie called Me, Myself and Irene together, which is a pretty funny movie. And they got together.
I knew that she had to gain weight for the role because my mum told me that when she showed me the movie. She's like, "Did you know she had to put on a lot of weight for this role?" I was like, "Oh, she okay." That's not how my mum sounds, but so I did know that.
Let's have a look. So Zellweger was engaged to Jim Carrey in 1999 to 2000. She had a brief relationship with Jack White, the musician. In 2009, she started dating Bradley Cooper. They separated in 2011 after filming the film Case 39, which is awful.
Bradley Cooper?
I
would never have paired those two together.
And what would it? It says here she was reported to be dating English television presenter Ant Anstead, but obviously I read English television presenter Ant, McPartland. Those are all of my fun facts. I'm afraid I don't have any more. Apart from this, we're all musical people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In 2010. It was announced that Tony Award-winning English theatre and film director Stephen Daldry and Peter Darling would be serving as director and choreographer, respectively, on a Bridget Jones the Musical.
I heard about this. That I know.
Can't get behind
that.
I think
some things need to be left alone.
Okay. But this is a good pedigree of talent. Stephen Daldry and Peter Darling, their biggest effort before this was Billy Elliot.
I do like Billy
an excellent movie to musical adaptation, and everybody would have said Billy Elliot. No, I can't see a musical there.
I just think Bridget Jones to me is a movie. I don't want to see it dancing, it's sung. I just want to sit down and watch Colin Firth be fit for almost 2 hours. That's all I want.
Then watch Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Terrible. Lily Allen wrote the music and lyrics for the show.
No, we heard about this because Chris was
in the workshop.
Was he?
That's what I knew. Yes, because he talked about it. Because oh yeah,
does he get Lily Allen
in London in 2010 with Sheridan Smith?
Yes, he told us about it in one of our classes.
Oh, did he say it was good?
No,
it was shit.
Yeah, he said it was awful.
Oh well.
And when Chris says something's awful, you know it's awful.
This is true. This is true. Chris is absolutely one of the best men alive. Yeah, Sheridan Smith as Bridget Jones and Julian Ovenden as Daniel Cleaver. Julian Ovenden's a good smarmy shit. I could see that, I guess. These are a few of the songs that were named. Happy. Falling Over Myself. If I Could Save Her from Her Sadness.
Oh my God.
Wanker.
I like that title.
Yeah.
And Yummy.
Vile, 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 vile.
No. Ew.
Yeah. Lily Allen in 2014 said, "It's finished and it's brilliant, but I don't know if it will ever see the light of day."
For good reason.
Fair enough. There we go. What a weird twist of fate. Who would have known? Tom's big questions. Best Bridget movie. It's obviously this one.
Yes. Although I will say the one thing that does rival it in Bridget Jones's Baby is the scene where he tries to get her to the hospital when she's in labour. When me and my mum watched that in the cinema, we were pissing ourselves. That's hilarious.
That was pretty funny. I thought you were going to say Ed Sheeran zorbing.
But then also in the second one, I love it when she's in the prison.
I like the second one a lot.
Yeah. I love that scene.
The most quoted Bridget Jones line of all time in our house, in my life, is, "Everybody thinks it's holiday, but it's actually a lucky star." We quote that all the time. Anytime there's a miscommunication or anytime we think something's wrong in a quiz or anything, we always go, "Everybody think, sorry, lucky star? No, it's wrong. Excuse me, is it holiday? Who do we hate more? The woman who turns out to be lesbian in Edge of Reason or Mrs. Honey in this, when it comes to mark love interests?" Mrs. Honey in this, because the lesbian turns out to be nice.
Yeah.
She's just perfect.
I'm trying to recall the second movie in my head, but yeah.
Yeah, she's good. I put here, why was Mark watching the Lewisham fire reports? Why does everybody watch Sit Up Britain? Because Mark, is he fully obsessed with Bridget? Is it like, I will wake up every morning and before I go to my high-ranking law job, I'm going to watch Sit Up Britain so that I can watch the girl from my childhood who I kind of have a crush on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's known her since she was like a kid.
Like if someone I'd known as a child, I'd watch them, even if I didn't have a crush on them.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, okay, that's sweet, I guess. All right, I'll give you that. Reading somebody else's diary.
I have a confession to make.
This is exactly what I wanted. This is brilliant. Go.
You're not gonna like it.
You read my diary?
No, I literally have a diary. I started it when I turned 20 and I've been logging it and I'm gonna keep logging it until I turn 30.
Keep with it. Keep with it.
If someone read my diary, my mum has read my teenage journals. I kept journals when I was a teenager and I went absolutely livid. If you read my diary, I don't care if you went off to buy me another one. Stabbed immediately. Death will come to you. I have read other people's diaries and is that awful? Yes.
I don't want to give myself too much credit, but I had well, you can't call it extended. I had a relationship for 2 months. Anyway, I know, brag. Anyway, and her diary was right there. and she would have showers. And there were so many times I could have read that diary, and I never did. And I don't want to meddle. I don't want to pat on the back, but it was right there, and I could have read that, and I didn't. So what? You would have read it. Leanne would have read it. Maybe I should have read it. I could have saved myself 2 weeks later. That's beside the point. I drive up to your house. Me and Leanne drive up, or whatever combination it is, and that we say, we're going to Paris for the weekend. Let's go. That sounds like hell to me. Obviously, that's nice, and they're good friends. But also,
It sounds like hell to you.
No, it sounds like I want to plan for things. Get your passports and pants. That sounds like terrible. Wouldn't you want to plan? Wouldn't you want to get nice dresses? I wouldn't want to get nice dresses.
I already have nice things, so I just throw like a good combo into my bag, grab my passport, and off I pop. I'd happily go. See, the friendship group that they have
is great.
Is almost 100% accurate to like my friendship group from my hometown. Like I've got my gay bestie, I've got like the other two girls, like I can pinpoint them exactly in my brain. So if them three pulled up and were like, get in, Jazz, we're going to Paris, I'd jump in a heartbeat.
Okay. maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because Pulp tickets went on sale the other day. And I said to Will, the only date I can do is Bridlington. I can't do any of the Sheffield dates because of the cruise. And he went, I'm not going to Bridlington. I live in Sheffield. Maybe this is cheaper than therapy. This is great. I should do this all the time. Okay. But let's talk about Bridget Jones 2 tomorrow, except it's just going to be an hour and a half of my sadness. That's it. That's all I have for Tom's big questions. Do you girls have any other talking points you want to bring up? Not really.
I think so. Great film. Great time.
It is delightful. Oh, we started with this conversation, Jazz. How Christmassy do you feel this film is? Because we're releasing this somewhat as a pseudo Christmas episode. Do you feel that this is an out and out Christmas movie, or I would never call it like a top Christmas movie, but it is 50 minutes of an hour 40 film at Christmas.
No, it's not a Christmas movie. No, but it is nice to watch around this time of the year.
Yeah, it's very cozy film.
It's cozy, yeah.
It's very nice. I felt Christmassy this time. I felt, maybe it's because obviously we're coming up to Christmas, but
I think it's a great film to show your kids.
Yeah,
wow.
Like I remember my mum vividly showing me this film.
How old?
My mum maybe showed like teens, like.
Yeah, I think I was early, like I was like 10, and it was Bridget Jones, oh my God, Dirty Dancing and Grease were all shown to me in the same weekend.
That's a great weekend.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what my big films to show my child. Leanne is dead. No, Leanne has left. I'm trying to think what the big movies I want my kid to see. It's not, I don't really, the problem is, of course, that I have like 255. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Leanne is messaged to say, my laptop died. Oh, any final goodbye messages?
She's just going to respond with bye. That's it. She's going to have goodbye. That's it.
We're going to call Leanne in on the phone. Hello, Leanne. Hello, Leanne. Oh, you're not on. Hello, Leanne. Hello, Leanne. No, we're just saying goodbye. It's all right.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for having me. I've had a great time.
There you go. Wonderful stuff. Have a great rehearsal.
Yes.
Go Puffs.
Very good. Bye-bye, Leanne.
Bye, Leanne.
Bye-bye, Leanne. There you go. And bye-bye, Jazz. Have a lovely day. Hopefully get better.
I've been sick for almost over a week now, so fingers
What are your
crossed.
What are your sickness movies? Do you have any sickness movies that you love to cuddle up and watch? Or
How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay, all right.
Those movies just make me cry, and when I'm sick, I want to cry. But I haven't had time. I've been in rehearsals, so I haven't really had time to.
You're a power honor.
Yeah.
It's not a term.
Well, I am. I'm British.
No, you are. You are. You're British. You're as British as they come. And this is.
I've had that said to me so many times since being here. People have been like, "You're the most British person I've ever met," and I'm like, "Am I?"
You know what it is? It's because you're Cockney. You're not like
I'm not
Cockney. I know you're not Cockney, but like it comes through like London. Like
yeah,
you said,
London.
You're London, and that's what they see as the most pinnacle of British.
Yeah, I like it though.
Yeah, there are worse things to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Being British is great-ish. Don't look at our current political climate. But...
Well, this comes out a year from now, so who knows? Everything will be
Fingers
sorted.
crossed.
And everything will be fine, and everything will be happy. Merry Christmas, one and all.
Dabba 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 da da ba 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 ba.